let's speak now to Sean Turner, Senior Policy and Campaign Officer at the food education charity School Food Matters. And it's really good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on BBC News. This research, more than 20 councils in England are not offering food vouchers to children over the Christmas holidays. Can you give us a sense of what the impact of that could be?
I was in a school just last week, and it was the last week of term, and I was talking to the head teacher there, and the head teacher was clearly quite worried. And I spoke to her and said, why are you so worried? And she said she was worried that there wasn't enough food in the school's food bank for the children in that school. And this school had about 40% of its kids on free school meals. Now, we've got head teachers in this country worrying about the food banks they're having to run for the children over the Christmas holidays. And this is obviously worse in more deprived areas than it is in more affluent areas. And so where we see the offer from local authorities being withdrawn because of other pressures, it creates this kind of postcode lottery. So we've got people who are trying their best to really support children and vulnerable families over what is going to be a really cold and difficult winter. And yet this support cannot be found in certain areas. And so we create disparities across the country, and they're just going to get worse.
How important is it that children get the nutrition that school meals, free school meals can provide?
There's a growing body now of evidence that shows, and it follows common sense, that children who are well fed and are fed properly end up doing better at school. The government's own evaluation of its free school meal provision has shown that where free school meals were provided to all children, children did better in maths, they did better in classroom behaviour, and they'd also achieve better health outcomes. And what we're seeing now is that children in the poorest areas compared to the richest areas of different life expectancies by up to a decade. They are twice as likely to suffer from diet-related diseases. And we're talking about children's health and well-being here. And then those educational impacts stay with those children for the rest of their lives. It's really difficult then, once those children haven't achieved as much as their peers in schools, for them to get out of that cycle. And this can be tackled early on by making sure that families have the support they need. And one of the real difficult things for families is that threshold for free school meals. So all of these assistances that local authorities provide, such as the Household Support Fund, such as the Holidays Food Programme, are linked to free school meals. Now, to be eligible for free school meals in this country, your entire household's income over the year cannot exceed £7,400. So if your household has an income over £7,400, you're not poor enough to have that support. And that number hasn't changed since 2018. So the past year has highlighted the effects of inflation. We know that £7,400 5 years ago was a very different sum of money than what it is now. And that means that 1 in 3 children who are in poverty in this country, a third of the children in poverty, cannot access that support because the threshold's so low.